Greetings, motherfuckers! Dances with White Chicks here. It's time for me to really up the quality of my videos. Yep, you heard right, I didn't say quantity, but quality. See, so this might be my most thought out video yet. Literally me, just talking over a still. See this shit? So, as I refuse to even pretend to put an effort into this shit, let me get on with this review. Okay, this will be a completely non-spoiler discussion, okay? So no spoilers here, alright? Alright. Us. Jordan Peele. The same mind that brought us this, and this, delivers you another ghetto-ass motherfucking film. If you've seen any of the trailers for Us, you know the film deals with the concept of doppelgangers. A concept that is in no way frightening at all. And I think Jordan Peele actually realizes this. This is why the movie tries, and again, keyword tries, to present this concept with a cerebral vigor that attempts to disturb you using strange imagery, strange characters, and/or strange scenarios that makes you feel uncomfortable. Examples of this include a black boy wearing a monkey mask, Lupita wearing the dreads of Chief Keef circa 2013, black boomer memes presented as an entire character.
You want to get crazy? We can get crazy.
And a character that sounds like they voice acted for a SpongeBob episode.
Be careful.
I don't need it. 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 I need it.
And let me clarify, so I don't feel too much like an asshole, the film really goes out of its way to have each of the doppelgangers looking crazy as hell. And with Lupita, they fucked up the hair and shit, and they have it like looking unprepped and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of the point. They look absolutely insane. And Lupita's performance as that doppelganger is very, very good. She really, really gets into that role. As you heard with and she was really, really, really putting on a performance. At the same time, it comes as kind of like a what the fuck moment, where it's like, okay, what the hell is this shit? With that said, Jordan Peele has characters acting really strange in order to give you that sense of horror. But in my opinion, that shit doesn't work. It comes off too comedic. Now, people get all offended when you say, hey, a Jordan Peele horror movie has comedic elements in it. People lose their motherfucking minds. Look, that doesn't take away from the film. Something can be really, really great, and yet you can still admit it has comedic elements in it. With Get Out, come the fuck on, that shit played just like a motherfucking Key and Peele skit with the motherfucker from the straight out of One Piece looking motherfucker.
Well, I find that the African American experience for me has been, for the most part, very good. Although, I find it difficult to go into detail as I haven't had much desire to leave the house in a while.
Oh yeah, they didn't play that for laughs at all. Get the fuck out of here. Now motherfuckers want to say like, oh okay, it was satirical and not technically comedy. Okay. But the point is, there were comedic elements in it. The same with this. There's comedic elements in Us, but it feels like it was less intentional this time around, and more so, I'm laughing at the shit because I think the way it's executed is a little silly. I'd say most of these moments, because they're not really frightening, they lack that weight that would help it not to seem funny. And let me stop being redundant when saying this shit. But that's not a huge setback for the film unless you went into it really wanting to be horrified. But I think people expect goofy shit to be happening in a Jordan Peele film nowadays. I mean, come on. But just because it isn't frightening doesn't mean it can't be interesting. I would say there's a lot in here that's entertaining at least. But also, along with being a horror movie, there's some stupid shit, which is just plain idiotic, that happens. And then other characters act in idiotic ways as well. And you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll be like, well, why couldn't they just do this? Why didn't these motherfuckers just do this or that? It's a lot of that in this film. And with that said, you're not given enough information to understand why these characters will be acting in a certain way and why they didn't do X, Y, Z, okay? You're not given enough information, so what is preventing them from just doing that or that? Okay, you'll see what I mean when I talk about spoilers really quickly. And finally, how's the social commentary shit in this? The social commentary is kinda obvious, yet vague as hell at the same time. And that makes no sense, but that's the way it is. On one hand, you think you know what Jordan Peele was trying to say with this film, and on the other hand, you're like, well, I don't think this is an analogy that he was trying to go for, and it doesn't seem like it works, but whatever. The whole duality explanation he gives, that falls the fuck flat. And I'm just saying, yeah, it's easy to say that shit when it has motherfucking doppelgangers in it. It's like saying Leprechaun in the Hood was a commentary on how St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in the ghetto. Well, because there's a leprechaun in it. Like, the fuck? I'll explain in spoilers. And I keep saying that shit. But anyway, I didn't think Us was incredible at all. I didn't think it was above average, really. I'd say it's just average. So, with that, I say it's a 7 out of 10. It is a unique experience, I would say, but it's not executed in a way where you can really get a lot from it. That's my opinion. And one more thing. Back to the monkey mask shit. Okay, like, imagine if it was a director that wasn't black that did some shit like this. I mean, shit. This is almost like Jordan Peele making fun of darkskins a little bit. Like, come on, this is fucked up. To have him acting like a monkey and shit. I mean, hey, he's getting away with it. Shit. Not like it's surprising. And I can attest, as a light skin, we get away with a lot. Okay, moving on to the spoiler portion of this review, okay? Alright, motherfuckers? Moving on to the spoiler portion, okay? I'll give you some time. And if you were wondering where the fuck I've been, come on, give me some slack. Who the fuck has time to make videos and shit? Motherfucker. I mean, it's like, I was waiting. Alright, motherfuckers. Spoilers. So, the Tethered. That's what the doppelganger motherfuckers are called. Red, the character that is the not doppelganger, really, of the main motherfucker that Lupita plays. Well, that's the motherfucker that started this whole plan. So the doppelgangers go, they kill their people they're based on, and then they hold hands and build a line. Hands across America. Or some shit. Yeah, why am I saying or some shit? That's what it was, fuck. So, in the beginning of the film, it follows Lupita's character, well, both of them, when they meet at the mirror, and the real one gets switched and put down to the tether fucking place, you know, whatever the fuck that shit is, the government facility, which apparently they could just walk out of. So why the fuck doesn't she? Why? Is there something I'm missing? Now, yeah, she was in handcuffs that first day when she was switched, but why the hell can't she just leave? That's a problem with the film. They don't give you enough information to determine why these characters are acting this way and not leaving. Why the hell aren't they just leaving? Is there anyone or anything that is guarding them or blocking their way to get to the surface? The film doesn't explain any of it. The other gist of this, and this is important, I should have really started off with this, is, well, the duplicates, the motherfucking doppelgangers, are government experiments, but they're tethered in the sense that the soul isn't copied. It's one soul, somehow, that is linked to both of these motherfuckers at the same time. Okay? With that shit said, an action here from this motherfucker is at least implied to be able to affect this motherfucker over here. But that's the problem. It's not consistent at all. It feels as though this shit only happens when the plot wants it to happen. For example, the son. This motherfucker, the son that's in the monkey mask, that motherfucker. Well, he does some shit where he can control his tethered and make them back into flame. Well, that makes no damn sense. Because all these other motherfucking what made them magically act against their will in that case? It's not clear at all. And it seems to have no consistency. That's all I'm saying. It was a little inconsistent. That bothered me. But let me get on to a little few things I thought were alright. I thought the scene with the other family in the house, the friend motherfuckers that got absolutely wrecked in this shit. I thought that was an entertaining scene because, hey, that even caught me off guard because, like, oh, these motherfuckers are right here in their house. How the hell did this happen? When I was talking about the typical stupid horror movie shit, I'm talking about like, when they forgot the motherfucking car keys to the neighbor's car so they could escape the house, right? And well, and then oh yeah, you have to go back, and then there's another tethered that you forgot to kill, right? That you have to go against, and it's like I said, it's typical horror movie shit. And to wrap this boring ass video up, let me talk about the social commentary with spoilers. Okay, now first off, motherfucker, the tethered are supposed to represent the lower class of America, alright? So, they're poverty, impoverished, etc., all that. What you see, all they have to eat is rabbit ears. Their living conditions aren't good at all. They even have the tethered not have language, and they're unable to speak, really. And I think this is supposed to be a play on having less skills. Damn, that sounds bad saying that shit. That sounds really fucking negative. But I think he's trying to make this whole point that this underclass that doesn't have much struggles to get back to the top and get to the middle class, which is where this family, original family, is. On one hand, I think this analogy absolutely fails. Because one, these tethered can just literally walk the fuck up and get out of the government facility. That's all they have to do. And this would be like implying, oh, well, it's easy as hell to not be poor. Which, I'm pretty sure is not a message that Jordan Peele wanted to put out. I think it would have been much better and gone along much smoother if you gave an exact reason why it was so hard for the tethered to just walk up some fucking steps, you know, and get out of the place. That would have grounded it and actually made this analogy a little bit better. Because as it stands, apparently all they had to do was to walk up some motherfucking steps. But maybe the better part of the analogy is saying you can look at yourself, right? And see that there's horrors inside of you. That you could be a horrible motherfucker if pressed to be that horrible motherfucker. Huh? Maybe? And to specify the idea that anyone can be a monster and be a horrible person and murder or whatever, etc. And part of that comes from the environment you were raised. I guess that kind of is an interpretation you can have of the film. But, like I said, it's both obvious, yet vague at the same time, what exactly he was going for. So again, I'm wrapping this shit up. I'll say it's okay. It really, I didn't really care for Get Out that much because I thought it was too silly as well. But I'll say that was better than Us, in my opinion. But Us isn't horrible. Although it's a mess, in my opinion. That's why I say it's a 7 out of 10. It's just average. I think when it comes to other horror movies, the only thing it has going for it is that it's a little bit more unique. And that's it. So whatever, tell me what you think. And by tell me what you think, I mean, I'm well aware no one's actually watching this fucking video anyway. So, it doesn't really matter, but you can leave your thoughts below. Hey, fuck it.